Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Connect Civilians. So in this lecture we will see how to design a staircase type 2 using this Excel sheet. Okay, so I have already uploaded how to design it manually. Okay, type 1 and type 2. So this is for type 2 where beam is supported on the side of landing 1, and for mid landing it is supported as in wall which is parallel to the flight. Okay, so two beams will be there on floor level like this, beam 1 and beam 2 on landing 1 or floor level, and on mid landing it is supported on wall or beam. Okay, so in this Excel sheet we are going to design using this method, this condition. Okay, so we need the data for the design consideration. So these data is provided to you during the design consideration. So your floor height should be mentioned, okay, in your plan or design data. Okay, riser value will be given as, so we have taken as 160. Trade value, so this color, the greenish color will be, you have to insert by yourself, and the orange or light yellow, whatever you see here, it will be automatically calculated. Okay, so the greenish you have to insert the value. Okay, so riser will be 160, we are going to take. Trade will be 270. Okay, so by these three data you fill. After that, number of riser per flight and number of trade, okay, per flight will be calculated. Okay, so here number of riser is calculated as 11. Okay, so it is per flight. Here if you will see the flight, so this will be one flight and this will be second flight. So for one flight it is 11. Okay, and number of trade is less than one lesser value of riser, so it is 10. So it is calculated by these three values. You have to insert these three values. Okay, floor finish will be, so this is the floor finish thickness. If data was given, so you have to insert, otherwise you can take directly whatever you want. Concrete grade, what grade you are going to take. Okay, so I'm considering as M20. So I'm just matching with my manual calculation that we have done. I will add, if you haven't seen my manual calculation for type 2 staircase design, I will add the link in the description or end of this video. Okay, you can go and check first. So same data I am going to take to just you can cross check it whether it is wrong or right. Okay, so concrete grade is M20, steel grade will be Fe415. So total length of steps will is equal to 2.7. So what is total length of stairs? This is, okay, where the flight or base slab is provided. Okay, up to here, from here, so it is 2.7. It is calculated as 2.7. Okay, so support with bottom one and support with top one. So these are the supports that is given. So these are the support that is beam width. Okay, supports are beam or wall, whatever was there. So beam or wall, so you have to mention that support. So bottom means on the floor level, this one, and the top means on the mid landing level. Okay, so support with bottom will be 300 here, these supports, and support with top will be 300. So it is not required right now, but in the design of landing 1, for this landing it is required. Okay, so you can insert it, these values. So support with the top will be 300, that is this. If your width was different, you can mention that. Okay, so landing with bottom one So it is 1.5. What is landing width? This one. This is the landing width. It is 1.5. Here it will automatically change when you insert the value. Okay. So I will show you. It is 1.5 right now. If I will change 1.6. Okay. Here see 1.6 will change. Okay. So you have to insert the value. Another value will be automatically changed in the figure. So similarly landing with top. Okay. So this will be landing with top. Okay. It is 1.5 also. Okay. So effective span for going and for landing is calculated here. So effective span for going will be, so for this going, okay, so it is calculated as 5.1. okay, and for span for landing, so this is for landing this 2. okay, and this effective span is automatically calculated. I will tell you how it is calculated. So it will be taken from the center of this. Okay, whole landing will not be taken here because beam will be side by side. So from center of the it is taken. Okay, see I mark the location from center of to this center. Okay, so effective span will come as for going was 5.1 and for landing was, so for this landing we are going to consider it first because we are designing this landing first. Okay, so this will be 1.65. okay, so same dimension will be given here, so same steel will be provided for both. Okay, I will show you in the final result. So now all the value will be calculated and effective span is calculated here. Now if you see this effective depth, waist slab thickness. Okay, so waist for waist slab therefore considered as, so don't use the effective depth, use the depth only. Okay, so it will be calculated as 255 mm here. So first consideration for our depth was 255, so we are going to first consider 250. We have already considered in manual design. Okay, so we are considering as 250. You can take up to 275, whatever you want to take, but I am going to take the base level thickness as 250, and clear cover I am going to take as 20. Die of the bar for main steel I am going to consider as 12. So effective depth will calculated as 224. This is for stair. Okay, for this part, stair part. Now unit weight, we have to mention the unit weight. So if we are unit weight of concrete is 25, unit weight of brick, here I am taking is 25, but it is depending upon the quality of brick. If you are using fly ash brick, that was different, it is up to 12 to 15, and if you are using the bearing load bearing bricks, it was 20. So I am going to take right now 25. You can also change the brick because I am considering the step as RCC step. Okay, not with the block work. Okay, that's why I am taking is 25. So for base slab this will be considered. Okay, and for the brick or for the step I am going to consider the 25 here because I am going to take as it as RCC. Okay, so here it is unit weight of brick. That's why we have mentioned, because normally brick work is provided for steps. Okay, so you can change the value as 20. Okay, but for my data I am going to take this. Okay, unit weight of finished work will be 20. Okay, so self weight of base slab will be considered as, so this unit weight of concrete will considered for self weight of base slab. Okay, unit of brickwork considered in self weight of steps, and unit weight of finished work is considered in floor finish load. Okay, so by these three, This value will be calculated. Self weight of base slab 7.26, self weight of steps 2 kilonewton, and floor finish load 1 kilonewton per meter. Okay, so you have to mention the live load here. Okay, uh, that will depend on the building to building, that if more than 100 occupancy will be there, so you can take up to from 3 to 5 kilonewton per meter square. So for 1 meter I am considering, that why I am writing it kilonewton per meter. Okay, so you can take up to from 3 to 5. Okay, you can check IS code 456 part first and second for live and dead load. Okay, sorry, IS code 875 part first and second. Okay, so live load I am going to consider 5. So total load will be calculated as 15.26 and factor load is calculated as 22.9. So here are some of the data how this load will be calculated. So these are the steps that is calculated in meter square. So if you are confused how it is calculated, you can check these values. Okay, so inclined length of step will be calculated first. So area of steps for the inclined line will be calculated here, and area of inclined slab will be calculated. So I have divided into different sections so you can easily understand how it is calculated. Okay, you can just go and check the formula, you can easily understand how it is calculated. Okay, so this load is coming here as 14.26, so it is not included the total loads. Okay, so this is without the floor finish and sorry, without the live load. Okay, so here factor load is considered as 22.9 for the stairs part, that is the for the base slab, whatever you want to say. Okay, and loads for landing will be calculated as, so effective depth for landing slab, so don't use the effective depth, just use the depth. So it is calculated as 236, so you can assume the total thickness to 200. So you can take the similar value for both the stair and base slab, but I am considering lower value for the landing at weight was not much as compared to stair self weight. Okay, so I am just considering the lower value from that of that. Okay, so I am taking as 200 mm. So effective depth is calculated as 174 because same dia bar we are going to use for whole stair. Okay, the effective depth is considered as 174. Self weight of landing slab will be calculated as 5 kilonewton. Floor finish is 1 kilonewton and live load as 5 kilonewton. So total load will be calculated as 11 kilonewton. And here factor load on landing slab 1. So this will be a landing slab 1. So only 50% will be considered because effective length will be taken from center. Okay, so it will be 8.25 factor load, so it will multiply by 1.5, so it is 8.25. Factor landing 2 will be considered fully, so 11 to 1.5 will be considered as 16.5. Okay, it is automatically here calculated. I am just explaining how it is calculated. Okay, you have to provide these values. So now we are going for the bending moment calculation. All these values will be calculated by itself. You don't have to change any value. All you need to do, you have to change these value one by one, step by step, how I have explained you. Okay, so here bending moment is calculated. So total load for flight calculated 95.33, BA reaction will calculate 46.55, VB will calculate 48.78. What is VA and VB? So here I will mention here. This place is VA and this place is VB. Okay. So both the reaction will be calculated here. Okay, the size. Okay, so these are the reaction that is calculated: 46.5 pi and 48.78. So x distance will be calculated. So it is a distance from the left where shear force is 0. Okay, so it is calculated 2.51. Okay, so maximum bending at x will be calculated as 68.17 at x means 2.51. Okay, it is calculated at 68.17. Okay, and bending moment for landing 2 will be calculated as 58.03. So this will be a landing 2. Okay, now we can go for check for depth. Okay, so here you have to just give the correct steel value, what tensile strength of steel you are going to take, so it will automatically calculate the formula. You don't have to go and check again and again in IS code. Okay, or SP34. Okay, so FE415 it is 0.13, that is constant. So if we change here, we are given the FE415, if we change here 500. Okay, see here it is automatically changes here 0.133, so you don't have to check the IS code. Okay, so this Excel sheet you can by this Excel you can easily design the slab. Okay, so here it is 0.138 FCK BD square. So D value small, that is effective depth for waste slab, will calculated as 157. So it is safe here because we have considered here 224 effective depth. Similarly for landing slab it is 130, it is also safe. Okay, now we can go for reinforcement calculation here. So these all values will be calculated, moment will be taken by itself from here. And for reinforcement for stair of light, that is for waste slab we are talking here. So ST required will be 922, that is 0.412, and ST minimum is 300. Just remember you have to provide the maximum of both values. Okay, if it is less than 300, so you have to go with the ST minimum. Okay, you do not have the permission to provide lesser than ST minimum. Okay, so here it is. Okay, 922, so we are going to design according to 922 mm of steel. Okay, for this given area, and spacing for main is also calculated as 123, and spacing for distribution will be 67. So you can, so this diabar it is automatically taken from here because we have considered diabar during the effective depth calculation. Okay, so it is taken as 12 here. So all you need to do, you have to just give the spacing, and it should be less than this, then only it is going to cover your area. So it will be taken as, give you 942. So remember that don't provide spacing more than 300. Okay, this is the basic rule. So you can provide the spacing for main more than 300. Okay, so here we are going with 120 and it is less than 126, so it will show you okay here. And it area we have calculated by providing this is 942 and it is greater than 922, so this will also show you okay. If it is less, see, if you provide 150, so it will show you not okay, and area will also be not covered, so it will show you not okay. Okay, so here you have provide the spacing and you will get the area. Similarly for distribution bar, it is calculated here. Okay, see, you have to provide the dia bar as 8. Generally we use the 8 mm dia bar for distribution. Okay, So you can use from 6 to 8. Okay, I'm going with the 8 mm diode bar. So spacing will be here, distribution spacing will be 167, so I'm going with 160. So it will be calculated 314, so 314 is greater than 300. And so for distribution we have to consider ST minimum, so it is greater than this, and this will be okay. Okay, so you have to provide the main reinforcement at 12 mm diode bar at 120, and for distribution of waste levels 8 mm of 160. Okay, similarly for design of reinforcement for landing 2 will be calculated here, and ST required is 1057 here. Okay, so we are going to consider the spacing of 100 mm, and if you go with 120 we can check also. So if you show you not okay because area is more, so you can go with 110, it also show you not okay with, so we will go with 100 mm, that is okay. So you can go with the 60 mm bar, but all you need to do here, the effective depth calculation will be different. So, and it is also been difficult for lapping consideration. Okay, so you can change the rubber bar by adding here only. Okay, I will add that also. So here I have added one more step, so you can easily change the diode bar for landing separately. Okay, you don't have to change for the main also. So if you want to use the 16 mm diode bar here, so you can go with 16 mm here, so it will change according to that. Okay, for now we are only going with 12 mm diode bar. Okay, so for 100 mm spacing it is coming as 1130, and this will be more than 997, and it will be okay. And for distribution similarly we are going to take 8 of 160 mm, it will come at 314, and that will be more than 240. So if you want to decrease the spacing you can increase. It is coming as 298. If you want to increase more it is 279. Okay, so here we can go up to 180 mm of spacing for landing 2. Okay, so our spacing will be also under the maximum calculated value, that is 209, and our area is also been fulfilled. You can increase more because it is also passing in this also. The 264 it is more than 240. We go with 200, it will come as 251, and it is more than 240, it is also showing you okay. So you can go with this also. Okay, but in manual sheet I have designed by 160 only, that's why I am going to match the result. Okay, so you can go with 200 of spacing for this, and it is safe also. Okay, so now for now we are taking 160, so area will be this, and for it is okay. So you can go first shear check. Now nominal shear is calculated as 2.218, and percent of steel will be calculated as 0.421. So this tau c you can find from table number 19 of IS code 456. I will show you the, I have already shown in manual design. Okay, so its value will taken from IS 456 of table 19. Okay, if intermediate value will be present for this, so you can use this table to interpolate the value. Okay, all you need to do is to input the percentage here for what we are calculating, and above and below value you have to insert in these columns and boxes, and the value for given grade you have to insert here and here. Okay, so this value will be calculated, and you can use this value as your tau c dash, but in this it is less than 0.28, so we can directly taking 0.28. okay, so this will be also okay. For interpolation you can use this table. okay, just insert all the values here, and this value will be calculated. okay, this is percentage and this is your the compressive strength. I will show you. So from this table you can use the value for the sheet. So this will be the percentage. So for the percentage you are calculating, you have to insert here. okay, this one, sorry, this percentage. okay, and after that what you have to do, here is the percentage and here is the shear strength for given grade. So your shear strength will be, here will be less than 200, so that will be also okay. But if you want to do the interpolation you can check from it. I will show you the percentage coming 0.42, so our grade will be coming between 2.25 and 0.50. okay, so value will be correct here, 0.25, 0.50, and for M20 grade here it is 0.36, 0.48. okay, so 0.36, 0.48. now see, intermediate value will be changes, it is coming as 0.44. okay, and this K depend on your total thickness of the slab. okay, so now what will happen, your tau c, that is design shear strength, will be calculated as 0.484 and it is greater than your nominal shear strength, so this will be also okay. okay, and this is a tau c max, so this value will be greater than this. okay, it will show you safe, so all the things is showing you safe, then this will be okay. All you need to do is to change the design shear strength from this. okay, by using this table, and you can interpolate the values from here. okay, here for landing 2 similarly you have to do the steps. The percentage coming is 0.268, so value will be taken from this, and that will be okay. In percentage still will be calculated as 0.621, so tau c will be, so you can again go with the table here, so 0.268 and sorry 0.62 is the percentage, 0.62 is coming between 0.50 and 0.70 for this. So for point here in table you have to change 0.621. okay, and it is 0.50, 0.70, sorry 0.75, it is 0.75, and after that we have to go M20 grade 0.48, 0.56. okay, so 0.48 and 0.56. okay, so our tau c value will come as 0.52, so 0.52 you have to insert, and now it is multiplied by your constant value k, that is 1.2 for 200 slab. Now design shear strength is calculated as 0.624 and it is more than this, it will be safe. okay, and tau c max will be 1.4 for this. okay, so this will be also safe for landing 2. So you can use table 19 to just go with the shear check. okay, now we are going with the deflection of base slab and deflection of landing slab, that is landing 2. okay, so percentile steel is calculated as 0.38 for this and 0.57 for your landing slab. okay, so fs value will be calculated as 0.3235 and 0.222, and our mf value is calculated from IS456 at page number 38 from figure 4. Okay, so you can go and check from IS code. I have already told in my manual design how to calculate this. Okay, so MF value will be taken as 1.5 and L by D maximum ratio was 30 mm for both. So L by D product is 12 mm and it is less than 30, it will be safe here. And here L by D product is 9 mm, so it is also safe. So you have to insert only the modification factor value from table number figure 4 of at page number 38. Okay, if you don't know how to calculate it, you can check my manual design. I will provide the link in the description. Okay, so all the checks have been done and everything is safe, so you can go with the design. And this is the development length. So if you want to check the how the development length is calculated and how it is verified, so you can go my development length video. I will provide the link in the description. I'll go there. From there you can go with all the checks for the development length. Here I have given the value directly, that is for 12 mm diode bar its development length minimum you have to take as 564. Okay, so it is also safe. But for more, if you want to go in detail, you can check the video. I will provide the link in the description or in the end of this video. Okay, so it will be designed. So now we have to design the landing slab one. Which slab? This slab. Okay, so for this slab, this will be the section 1 1. Okay, this will be a section 1 1. So I have made this section 1 1. So this will be the side beam of width 300 mm. So you have to provide this value: length of first part of landing, length of second part of landing. So what is first part, what is second part? This will be the first part, this will be the second part. Okay, and effective depth that you are going to consider. So similar value you have to consider. I am taking the same value from landing slab 2. Okay, you can also go with that. So beam 1 width will be 300, beam 2 width will be, so this is the beam 1 and this is the beam 2. Okay, so you have to insert the width. This is 300 and opening between flight. So what is the opening? This will be the opening between flights. Okay, so this flight will be like this and it will go up and like this. So this is the open area. Okay, so it is 150 mm. So product 150 mm. So what opening you have taken or given, you can take that. And effective span will be calculated as 3332. Okay, okay, here, so effective span will be calculated as 3324, not 3332. So there is some mistake, I have corrected it. So effective span is calculated as 3324. Okay, for landing slab 1. Okay, for this slab. Okay, now depth of landing taken as 200 mm and depth of the landing will be safe in this. Okay, I have already checked here, so it will be safe. So 200 mm we are going to take. Now load calculation. So this is all calculated by itself. Okay, so factor load on landing will be 8.25, reaction force VA, and from landing 1 is 46.55. Similarly for landing 2. So we have already calculated the reaction for this flight. So similarly for this flight will be also the same, so it will multiply by 2. Okay, I have mentioned it so you are not get confused. Okay, so reaction force from flight first flight and from the other flight. Okay, it is 46.55, 46.55. So total landing load on landing 1 will be 120.53. So and V1 is equal to V2. What is V1 and V2? V1 is, okay, here I mentioned now, these two sections are X and B. So V1 will be this, the reaction that is applied here, and V2 will be this. Okay, so you can add here also, so you cannot get confused. Okay, this is just an information. So it will be reaction force as V1. Similarly here for V2. Okay, it will be acting like this. Okay, on this. So V1 is equal to V2 because it is simply supported, so it is divided by 2. So this value will be, it was acting on the center, okay, of the landing one. So it is 60.26. Okay, now our maximum bending moment is calculated 50.08 for landing one, and shear force is calculated at 60.26. Okay, now we are going for depth check. All the value will be here, and it is landing for the slab will be 135. That will be safe. Okay, so similarly we can go for the reinforcement of this also. Okay, so all the procedure will be same. It is calculated, all the value will be calculated, and we are providing the die of the bar as 12 here also, and spacing will be 110 mm. So it will come as 1028, and it is greater than 893. Similarly for distribution we have taken 8 of 160 mm. Okay, for landing slabs here will be cross verified from the same procedure here, and it is also, if you go with the checks here, so our nominal value will be percentage 0.591. here it is coming, and here it is for landing 2 it is coming in 0.650. So our tau v will be range in between 0.45. Okay, so you can check for the from the same table of table 19. Okay, so K will be 1.2 and design shear strength will be 0.45. It is safe. Okay, so you can check with the IS code also. Okay, so that will be more accurate to you. So we don't have to provide the shear reinforcement in this. Okay, so we go for a deflection check here also. So this is also be safe. Okay, here it is safe. All you need to do, you have to provide the modification factor value. So we have checked all the values for landing and waist slabs, and still will be given here. If you come here in this, see, landing will be, all the section will be provided here, and all the steel will be shown. So here for landing slab of section 2 to section 2 is this one. Okay, so how it is provided. This is landing 1, this is your waist slab, and this is landing 2. Okay, so main reinforcement will be provided as, here it will automatically change, you don't have to do anything. Okay, all you need to do, you have to calculate the lap length, or you can use the 50D to calculate the lap length, and LD or 3D, whichever is greater, you have to provide the development length here. Similar from here to here, from here to next end. Okay, and X this, so this landing slab will be going straight and will be up to X, and X will be equal to 630. Here the value for X is mentioned. Okay, so you can use up to 650 mm from here. Okay, Now for I will show you the match the detail. See, this is your first landing. Okay, so for base slab, here we have calculated 12 of 120 and divided 8 of 160 for distribution. So see here it is 12 of 120 and 8 of 160 the distribution bar for base slab. Similarly for the landing of second 12 of 100 and 8 of 160. It is landing slab 12 of 100. This is your main slab for landing. Steel bar for landing, that is this one, the orange one, and it will go straight and bend up to LD or 3L, whichever is greater. Okay, so this will go up to X. Okay, this upper steel will go up to LD or 3L. Okay, the X is 38. Okay, so it is 12 of 100 mm, and your distribution bar will be 8 of 160. Similar distribution will be provided. Okay, I haven't mentioned here, but you have to provide 8 of 160. It is similar, that's why I haven't provided the value separately. Okay, and this bar will go straight up to this point and will bend like this. Okay, it is 12 of 120. Similar bar will be extended to here, and extra bar will be added up to your LD or 3L from here, and it is double of your this value. One after leaving one bar, that is 12 of 240, you have to increase that. Here it is shown 12 of 240. Okay, similarly for landing 1, this is landing 1. Okay, so we will go for landing 1 also. So landing 1 will be 12 of 110 and 8 of 160. So it is 12 of 110. This bar will be your main. Okay, and 8 of 160 will be your, this one will be distribution, and main bar will be coming from here of 12 of 120. So one bar will be bent here and other bar will be go straight, so its spacing will be doubled, 12 of 240. So one will be go straight and other will be bent like this. Okay, and your distribution bar will be here only, 8 of 160. Or similarly for another flight you have to provide like this. Okay, all bar will be same, only you have to add 1200 mm in this mid landing. Okay, like this. Okay, this is up to X, and similarly you have to follow all the details that is given here. Okay, and for the landing slab here, for landing 1, this landing 1 of section 11, if you see section 11, here it is shown you section 11. Okay, for this landing slab, what you have to do, you have to provide like this. Okay, so some bar will be extended from your main bar here and bent like this, and other will be added like this. So one bar will go straight, other bar will be bent like this. Okay, so this will be 12 of 110, as we have already calculated for landing 1. Okay, 12 of 110. Okay, and for distribution bar here 8 of 160. Okay, so this bar will be, upper bar will be 8 of 160 here. Okay, so it will be provided like this, and this bar will be 12 of 240, that is coming from your main base slab bar. Okay, already shown you in this detailing, this bent bar. Okay, it is 12 of 240, so the same bar will be showing in this 12 of 240. Okay, this will be same that is coming from slab. Okay, all you need to do, you have to provide these bars, alternate bars and straight bar, alternate bars, and these bar are 8 of 160, that is distribution bar. Okay, so it is provided in this 8 of 160. Okay, so you have to add only these bars up to given width, whatever the width of the landing is. Okay, so our width is in this is 1.5, so up to 1.5 you have to provide the u bar and straight bar. So at 12 of 110 mm of spacing and 12 of 220 mm of beds. Okay, so I hope this will help you to design the staircase and also help you in detailing of the staircase. Okay, so you can use this to calculate the BBS for the steel. Okay, so if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.